We'd now like to talk about EEXI compliance. Now, there really are just two ways that you comply with EEXI, which is due on the 1st of January 2023. The first option is to use an engine power limiter or a shaft power limiter, and the other option is to do vessel modifications. Now, we know that vessel modifications are expensive, such as hull changes and engine changes and those type of things. So we know that since it's less feasible, we will not be discussing those. Instead, we will be discussing the pros and cons of an EPL versus the shaft power limiter. There are two different types of technologies. One is an engine power limiter and the other is a shaft power limiter. So first, why you should not consider an engine power limiter. So if your engine does not have an electronic controller, then your EPL solution will be a mechanical device which is fitted on the engine, which limits its fuel and its air input. And in the case of adverse weather or pirates, your crew will have to go physically down to the engine room to remove this device. And that just does not seem very practical. Also, people who have deployed mechanical EPL have mentioned that there are some challenges in using those. Secondly, if you have an electronic controller for your engine, which is still an EPL, but an electronic-based controller, it will use the electronics to control the ECU of the engine. And in adverse conditions, you will require the shipmaster to first override this control in the ECU, then you have to log the event, and then you'll require an RO to inspect at the next port. So now we'd like to talk about the KEMA Sharpoli, or the shaft power limiter, and why it's a better solution. So the KEMA shaft power limiter, it takes readings from the shaft power meter and it displays it on the dashboard like what you'll see on the right here. And the green, yellow, and red zones are preset based on the EEXI efficiency requirements of your vessel. The good thing about this solution is that it does not physically limit your engine, either physically or electronically. And that means at all times, the full power of your engine will be available to you. Now, if you were to exceed the efficiency requirements, an alarm will sound when you're in the yellow zone and when you're in the red zone. But that means that at any point in time, if you need to go faster, you can. This is a lot like the speedometer in your car. That even though your car can drive up to 160 or 180 kilometers an hour, you don't normally drive at that speed. Chances are you will find a comfortable speed at say about 100 kilometers per hour, and that's where you will drive your car. Now you can accelerate, but you don't have to. And that's why we, like the Sharpoli and many others, have adopted this solution. So if you're interested to find out more about our Sharpoli solution, contact us at enquiry@iGiantTech and we'll be happy to help you. Thanks very much.